Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, Laura.
And I'm May, and today we are doing a hodgepodge. I am going to talk about my birth story a little bit, which sounds so pretentious, but I'm going to talk about how this fucking guy came out of me. And we're also going to talk about a Long Island cop that did something cuckoo bananas to get the attention of a love interest. So I'm going to talk about that story.
I am going to be talking about a couple hospital scandals that I dug up and waited to tell May until she was out of the hospital, so I won't be considered a bad friend. Enjoy.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
Two stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.
Okay.
Coming to you live from Zoom.
Yes, because Laura has been in California for a
I live
thousand
here
years.
now. I moved. No, just kidding. I did not move. I am here for work slash was on the road for some shows. Was in Atlanta. Atlanta fucking ruled. Those were
Yeah.
super fun shows. If you happen to come, I have not been home since I last saw you.
Yeah.
No, I have not been home because I live in California now. I know I'm here for a work training, which has been fine
Yeah. Okay, great.
for the
And then you come back on the 31st. So you've been gone for 2 full weeks.
2 full weeks. Feels like an eternity. 2 full weeks when you're not on vacation, very different.
Yeah.
Very different energy than 2 full weeks when you're like, I'm in Europe. And then it's like 2 seconds long. But when you're traveling for work, you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm still out here. I had to do laundry. I'm doing laundry right now.
That's crazy.
I have so many Hyatt points. It's unbelievable. If anyone needs any, let me know.
I bet you could transfer them to fans. That'd be a reason to like
Yeah,
it.
that really would be. Oh, one over. No,
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with this Hyatt because like they keep letting this maintenance man just like roam around. I share a room with a maintenance man at this
Oh
point.
yeah. Okay, wait. So tell the story about this. We might get sued by Hyatt, but
I mean,
hold on.
I'll sue them. I'll sue them right back. So I'm hanging out, doing my thing. I'm naked in bed. That's the reality of the situation. Butt ass
Yeah.
naked with socks in my bed on my phone, just like was trying to take a nap or whatever. Middle of the day on Saturday, because that what the hell I was supposed to do? That's what I was doing. And this maintenance gentleman just comes flying into my room, zero knocking, just has a key card, just like lets himself in, closes the door behind him. I'm immediately being like, you gotta go. You gotta get out of here. See you later, man. And
And he's just at the foot of your bed.
he's not fully at the foot of my bed. There's like a little tiny little hallway or whatever, but he is inside, door closed behind him. And I'm like, well, I hate this. I hate that this is happening right now. I'm like, you need to go, and also you need to knock before you come into places.
Yes. Before
Because
you're barging into a woman's room who's butt ass naked.
butt ass naked. He's like, but the shower. And I'm like, we're not doing it right now. Guess what's not gonna happen right now? Fixing the shower. It's not happening. But now I keep coming back to my room and seeing evidence of him in here. And it's
What?
he keeps coming in, and then he like he's scurrying around to the bathroom, so it's appropriate that, and like to be fair, he probably has been knocking, found I wasn't there, and come in because I kind of gave him fucking carte blanche at this point. I was like, as long as you knock, you can come on in, sir.
Yeah.
And he took that seriously, and he's been in here. But like right now, there's all this nonsense in my shower, and I'm like, so are you coming back? I've been putting on the little fucking lock so that he can't get in here.
Oh my God. So
My little room. I have a roommate.
You have a
who is
and
this
it's a maintenance man.
this lovely maintenance man from the Hyatt
Oh my God.
in California. Yeah,
Where
I don't
you
know
live.
his name yet. Well, I will soon, I'm sure. I'm gonna find out more about this man.
Hmm.
He's like, you're a pig
Crazy.
here.
Yeah. I feel like whenever I'm staying in hotel rooms long term, it's like atrocious. Like the amount, because I just throw everything on the ground because it's a hotel room.
I
But
mean,
they don't do, I feel like this is a thing of the past where they don't do housekeeping every day anymore. I don't know if it's some fucking environmentalist shit or what the fuck,
yeah,
but they don't do it. And I'm like, this is the whole point of staying in a hotel is that you're going to come in every
I'm
day.
paying for you to come and make it where I can leave mess and then you clean it up.
Exactly. That's what we
They have
Yeah.
been good about that here so far. But I will say I would take a little less housekeeping and a little less maintenance man.
Yeah.
If I could command
Mean
those.
more housekeeping, less maintenance man.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah.
housekeeping could say, but the maintenance man, I could just dial it back.
Dial it back.
Dial it back a little bit. No, I've had so many bones to pick with this hotel. We also have coin opera. We are okay. I am in the tech capital of the globe, right? We can
Yeah.
agree. San Francisco region, Bay Area, Southern
Correct.
Bay Area specifically, tech capital of the globe. Why am I paying $3 in United States quarters to do laundry? I
What?
don't have quarters. I don't
Where,
fucking have
where does
quarters.
one even acquire a cord? Like, I'm
Oh,
being
great
serious.
question, because it's not at the Hyatt front desk. That's where it's not. And I have asked them numerous times. Every 3 days, I have my little routine as I go up to the desk and be like, you guys have any quarters yet? And they say, why would we ever have quarters? You're crazy. I'm like, God.
Do you know, I just learned this, that because my sister is a teacher and she was here this past weekend, she says that kids now, when they're like teaching them math and money and stuff like that, when they're in like third grade, I don't like, you remember like
Yeah,
learning
yeah.
2 nickels makes a what kind of thing. They're like super confused because they've never seen change before. It's like super rare for them to see change because their parents are obviously just swiping their credit card. So they don't they're like, what? Like, what are these silver medallions you speak of?
All those children now work at the Hyatt front desk here.
Yes. Yes.
They're like, we have no idea what you're talking about, lady. Stop asking about quarters. You monk from the mid 19th century. Get out of here. Why are you staying at this hotel?
You would also imagine
I don't have a home.
you would imagine that like the actual machines themselves would be able to take credit card. You know what I
Why
mean?
do they not take credit card? I'm in the tech
Crazy.
capital of the fucking globe. Globally. This is number one. And I'm
I mean,
still
every vending machine in the fucking world takes a credit card.
not these laundry machines.
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This
Updated.
is, I can't express to you how lame my life has gotten in the last couple. This is what I'm concerned about is doing doing laundry. That's been like the focus area.
Why don't you send it out to a laundromat?
I know I should, but they're like, I don't even know how I would arrange that. I'd like have to go drive somewhere, and I'm like,
Oh, it's like a whole fucking thing.
it's
Are
like
you are you in San Francisco or are you like in
no, I'm in what the hell am I? Santa Clara,
Santa Clara? Okay.
like 40 minutes south or so.
Yeah.
So there's not like I could walk 15 minutes to a Whole Foods. Kind of nice.
Oh,
Nice. Spend my $50
rental car, or are you doing Uber?
I did. I folded and got a rental car because I was like, I'm not like,
Yeah.
I'm not a monk. I need to be able to get to things. This is insane.
Insane.
I live here now, guys. If anyone is in Santa Clara and wants to hang out or book me on a show, I will be back here in February. So
Okay.
yeah, shout out to that.
Late February, I hope, or like when?
Late February. Yes, thank God. 3 more weeks.
I will see Password at the house.
Yes, Password will be like, how is Password? We're just catching up now, guys. The podcast has just turned into like, I love how it's been like 8 minutes and I've ranted about hotels at length and everyone's like, did Mae have a baby?
Yeah.
We hear about the baby. I'm like, no, it's not as important as me telling you about the quarter.
Else.
How's Password doing? Tell us everything.
So I had a fucking baby. So here we are.
Fuck yeah. Yes,
I
you
am
did.
no longer pregnant.
I'm like, emojis, cheers, yay.
No longer pregnant. It's been a journey. I had a C-section.
Yay. We love those.
I like, it's so funny. They told me the whole time, they were like, oh yeah, obviously like it's like a major abdominal surgery. It's going to be a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then like, you actually have it. And I was like, holy shit, this is like a lot of recovery. And they were like, we could not have set your expectations more. Like that's
we
all
really
we did.
We
Set your expectations.
We stressed.
Do you know anybody who's ever had a scheduled C-section? Oh my God. Okay. It was metal as fuck. It was metal as fuck. So first of all, they scheduled us for 8 o'clock in the morning and needed us to be at the hospital.
In and of itself is metal as fuck.
I was like,
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
No, truly. Mark was like, we're never going to sleep again because we're going to have a baby. So why are they doing this to us? Like, can't we like move it to 10? It's a scheduled C-section and whatever. So anyways, we're there at fucking
How
6
about
a.m.
that?
I'm so tired. And basically they make you sign like 1,000 papers or whatever. And because I was electing to do it, they kept asking me, they were like, why are you doing this? And I was like, because I'm afraid of the other way, which by the way, I'm so grateful I did, because this baby came out at 8 pounds, 3 ounces. So I would have been, my
Right.
pussy joined.
Yep.
So anyway, so I scheduled the C-section, and then what happens is like they ask you a gajillion fucking questions. And they like bring you in this back room and then like hook you up to all this crazy stuff, and then you're separated from your husband. So then I go into like the OR. So I'm in the fucking operating room. It's like bright lights, scary, a million doctors, all this stuff.
Do you have medicine at this point? Or
No.
like IVs and shit, or not yet?
Not yet. So then I go in there, and they administer the anesthesia and like whatever the fuck else. I don't even know what else.
How
But
do they do that? Like,
through my spine. So they like, and that hurt like a fucking bitch. And like
yeah, I
there's
can
no,
imagine. You don't want
no
to.
like warning, real like I feel like I've talked to people before that have had C-sections, and they're like, oh yeah, like you go in, you feel nothing, you come out. And like I was like, okay. And then they bring you in there and they put the anesthesia through your fucking spine, dude, with like a huge needle. And then it like I couldn't really feel what was going, like I felt like pressure and weirdness, and then they pull it out, and like you could feel the blood like dripping into my butt crack.
No.
Sitting upright, and you could feel the blood just like spewing out of me.
Great.
And then
And they're like, it's gonna get worse, so like don't even worry about that blood.
yeah, and everything happened so fast. Like it was fucking hardcore. Like so then they do that. All of a sudden you feel this like boom in your legs, and your legs are just completely numb, and you're like, whoa. And then as soon as you say whoa, they're like, it's go time. They like roll you onto this table, and they like put up a sheet, and then all of a sudden they're just operating on you. And I'm completely lucid, completely. And so Mark, because it was fucking so early in the morning, he was in the other room because they put him in like a bunny suit so he doesn't like, I don't know, get fucking beard hair, open wound. And he walks in, but he walks in like from the side. So he walks in, and like I have my skin. He was like, they had your skin pulled back like a fucking, like as if it was like a canvas painting.
No.
Like it was just like pulled back in layers, and he was like, and there was just like a big hole, and they were like in there, and he was like, there was bucket. He was like, you have no blood. They rolled away all of your blood. There was like, there was just buckets of blood being like taken away.
Oh my
God.
God.
So he walks in from the side, sees that, and then I'm on the other side, like high as a kite. And I'm like, hey, babe. And they asked me, they were like,
yet?
yeah, literally. And then so they asked me, they were like, when he comes out, do you want like a to be able to see what we're doing so you can see him come out of you? I was like, absolutely not.
You want to throw
absolutely not. Like
that sounds insane. I don't want to like have nightmares for the rest of my life. I don't even love that I heard this description.
Yeah.
That alone, I'm already like, no, I'm not loving this.
He was like, the way that it looked, he was like, I can't fucking believe how small the scar is based on the way, like it looked like you were just like every layer. He was like, you had so many like layers of fucking stuff that was like,
yeah, like I mean, your abs. Have you ever, dude? It's gonna sound bad. Have you ever dissected like the fetal pig?
No, I just had frogs. I never had the pig.
Okay. Pigs were pretty metal. We had to do a lot of like, it turns out like a lot of layers in the skin.
Yeah.
So, back in the, what was it, the 10th grade or something that we were
something like that.
Pigs.
Oh. What a gross fucking thing they make kids do, by the way. They're like, hey, let's take these animals and let's dissect them and hope that none of you come out serial killers, because this is what they would do with their free time.
Yes. This is like, if you like this, then you might like this career path.
Yeah. You might love killing humans and eating them.
Or giving C-sections.
Or giving C-sections. Something. And I had a woman doctor, which I was really pleased by, because I was like, I feel like, and this is just me speaking anecdotally, but I feel like if it was a man doctor, he would just be like, we're just gonna get this baby out and like sew her up or whatever. But the female doctor's like, okay, well, let's sew her up in a way that doesn't want to fucking kill herself and like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like let's consider like the aesthetic of it all.
more of the aesthetics was like, I guess, of greater concern to a woman. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just something I projected onto this. But
Well,
anyway, so yeah, and then they say it's painless. It is, and it isn't. Like you're behind this sheet and you can feel that like I could feel like my body being like tugged this way and then like tugged.
yeah, I mean, it's not the same, but like when you get like Botox or whatever, and you're like it's numbed, but you can still feel it. Like
Yeah.
go like
Yeah.
the pressure is like kind of weird.
Right. You're like it's like the best way to describe it is when you like if you've had a tooth pulled, you like know your fucking tooth is getting pulled, but you can't it's not like obviously you don't feel a sensation of it actually being pulled out.
Yeah.
But then, so then they have this little like hole, and like the way that it felt, I don't know what was actually happening, but the way that it felt was that they just like took his head and were like, boom, and like whipped him out in like one. And it felt like someone was like sitting on my body. And I made these like weird noises. I was like, ugh.
Oh boy.
And Mark was laughing at me, and I was like, dude, come on. I'm like in some type of way. And then the baby comes out. He's fucking huge. And like they dropped down like a little window so I couldn't see him coming out of me, but I saw him like right when they got him out. And he was going like this. And so he looked so fucking big. He looked huge. And I was just like, I'm so glad that like immediately I was like, wow, I made the right choice.
Thank
Because
God you put that out.
if I had pushed that thing out of my vagina and he was going like my vagina would be split to my asshole for sure. He was huge. And then he was like wicked bloated. Like if you look at the photos of him from when he first came out versus
Having
now,
cheese in there?
what?
Having cheese in there? What's going
I
on?
guess so, but he was so fucking bloated. And so his nose looked huge. And then they like put him right next to me. And I said, like, first thing I said, I was like, he's got a schnoz because I was so high. And then the doctors all laughed and they were like, what'd you say? And they're like, she said he's got a schnoz. But he fucking does have a schnoz, to be
You're
honest.
killing even in the OR. That's great.
Yeah, he looks
You write
exactly.
that down. Put that in the notebook.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. It was the craziest feeling ever. And then, like, so then it's like me and Mark behind this sheet, and then they take the baby away and he's like crying and they're doing all these exams on him or whatever. And it feels like there's like a celebrity over there. We're like, oh my God, what's he gonna think of us? And it's I don't know, you're like afraid to even though he's your own fucking baby, I was like afraid. I was like, what if he doesn't like me? And Mark was like, that would be so fucking weird.
He's gonna like you. He's gonna like you. And even if he doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You were gonna
Famously, as your mom would say, we're not friends.
we're not friends. Just remind you, you and me, we don't fuck with each other. Okay. All right. All right. Sure. Fair enough.
Yeah. And then the hospital stay is a goddamn dream for anybody expecting out there that's listening. Stay in the hospital as long as you fucking can, because I would have stayed there a goddamn month. It was amazing.
Yeah,
It's like
they just, like came around all the time, and I
they
feel
came
like people usually
around.
don't say that it's amazing. So I'm a little bit
Oh my God,
surprised.
it's so good. It was incredible. Like they're taking care of you. They bring you your pain pills like every 4 hours or whatever. You're sitting there just like watching shows on your laptop. They take the baby to the nursery at night so you get like an actual sleep.
Oh,
It was
that's
amazing. Yeah, it's like staying in a nice hotel.
that's nice.
They bring you disgusting food every 3 hours and you have to order out anyway, but you know,
You're
it
like,
was
we can just stop bringing this around. I'm gonna get Chipotle. Like it's
yeah,
fine.
like this is horrible.
Have, have you said you were really hungry, right?
I'm starving right now because I've been breastfeeding, which is not for the fucking weak. This shit sucks,
Why did
dude.
everything suck? Because that one was the one I didn't even consider to clock that.
Me neither.
Like,
No, I was like pregnancy and birth, those are the hard ones. And now
right,
like
exactly.
breastfeeding, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Like my nipples are bleeding. I have bleeding nipples.
Ugh.
And they're cracked. And then so now I'm trying to like get ahead of it. Like I'm trying to like catch up to it basically. So I have like all this nipple cream. I have these things called silverettes, which are like little like silver medallion things that you put over your nipples because my nipples are so fucking sensitive that I can't have like fabric on them.
Oh, you're like
So
a
it's
marathon runner right now.
I'm a marathon runner.
Yeah, that's what happens to them. They have bleeding nipples at the end.
So bad.
You were
I
the
don't know.
same. You ran a marathon.
Honestly, I don't know how long I'm gonna last because it's like getting to the point that I'm like, like resenting my own fucking baby. Because every time
Yeah,
Hunger
because it
Cute, I'm
hurts.
like, don't you fucking start with that shit. It's like, well, you have to feed him, but I'm dying. I'm absolutely dying. So anybody who's breastfed out there, you're a fucking warrior.
Yeah,
This shit ain't easy.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, it's been pretty good. I mean, so far so good. I feel like I'm jinxing it, and then tonight he's gonna be a terror, but he's like the easiest baby ever.
how long, like, so how long does it take to heal from the C-section? Like, how long until they're like, you're gonna be partying or whatever? Back
Um,
out.
well, I could party right now. I'm fucking crazy. I mean, as long as I can sit down.
Love sitting partying. Okay.
As long, as long as I can like sit down and have like one glass of wine, I can fucking rage, dude.
Oh.
But no, but so I'm 10 days out right now. They say like fully like I could go to like, a workout class and stuff like that at 6 weeks.
Okay. You can go to a workout class.
I can go to a workout class.
Damn,
Oh,
that's like pretty intense. That's okay. That's fully healed then.
yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna start with like some incredibly
Super
gentle
gentle.
it,
Yeah,
but
you're not like rip a berries right away.
I'm not gonna go to berries immediately. No. I that would be so us though, where I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the most in this
I'm
situation.
just gonna go do berries and then like film a special.
Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, by the way, my special came out,
Oh my
everybody.
God, another thing. No, what a great segue that I didn't even realize it was. Yeah,
Look at that.
congratulations.
Ew.
I'm
So
glad we did start with the Hyatt stuff because it would have been tough to follow up with with the Hyatt. I'm like, and this is what I got going on.
yeah, you're at the fucking Hyatt. I don't know. I yeah, so it's out on Apple TV, it's out on Vimeo, YouTube, I think. I don't know.
I didn't see it on YouTube, but I also looked like a couple days ago when it first came out, so it could have come
Yeah.
since.
There were some delays and stuff, but anyway, it's called Who Is She? If you want to check it out. It's my pre-pregnancy material. And wow, did I fucking nail it or did I nail it with the
That
time?
timing was immaculate.
Unbelievable. And I didn't even mean, I really didn't do it on purpose, but like I swear to God, I taped that fucking special and then I got pregnant the next month.
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, I really did. Like it's crazy. So
And then you
anyway,
delivered them at the same time.
delivered him at the
It's
same
twins.
time.
They're twins.
Yes. Oh, sorry. The baby.
The
Whatever.
baby. I guess it's
Uh,
already.
and that's out there. Who cares? Mark is like protective of the name. But the the baby and the special are twins.
Cute.
I am so fucking looking forward to like having multiple glasses of wine with you. It's not even funny.
Cannot wait.
I cannot wait.
I'm doing my taping on Saturday.
Yes.
I fly back, I do my taping like swiftly thereafter, and then on Sunday, we're having like a bottle of wine
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and Thai food and sitting.
And
All
sitting.
three of those things together.
Yeah. Let's do
Oh,
it.
wait.
No, that works.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect.
Damn. Well, should I tell you some scary hospital stories now that you're out and everything went well? They're
Yes.
not scary. Some of them are kind of funny, but some of them are kind of scary. Actually, I think they're all kind of like morbid, but it's a hospital. So, like,
That's what happens.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, I was cruising around on Reddit because that's the only social media place I feel comfortable on anymore. We will definitely,
They're all owned by Elon Musk.
they're all, oh, I don't know how that happened, but he got all of them. We'll definitely do, once we're not on Zoom, we'll do a more proper episode where we actually talk about like the world because the world is
Yes.
really on fire.
No, when you come back, I want to dive into all of it. I mean, listen, like I've been in my little cocoon and I was like asking Mark, I was like, what's going on there? Because he's done some podcasts, he's done shows, what like what's going on out there? And he's like, dude, he's like, there's
Elon's like,
a lot going
he's
on.
like
He's doing
emulating
not too
Hitler.
simple. I know about that.
Yeah, and then he's like, it's a Roman thing, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's where they got it from, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's oh my God, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Okay, well,
Yeah, we'll discuss, but there's a few theories going around because I feel like some people are in the camp that he's just like trolling people, and other people think that he didn't do it on purpose. So it's like,
So he probably, here's the takeaway for me. I mean, it's impossible to fully tell where his heart was. However, the fact that a significant portion of his fan base was riled up in a gung-ho, like supporting that kind of a thing way is a red flag.
yeah, I can
In
co-sign
of
that.
itself needs everybody to just be like, hold on. What? The fact that he could have been doing that on purpose is insane.
It's insane.
It's insane. And we need to reevaluate in a big way the fact that we're debating it. Because like most of the time, if someone's in the fucking White House or like really adjacent to it, basically the president,
Right.
if they throw up that, you're like, oh, that's obviously a mistake. Because
Right.
obviously, and in his case, we're like, well, we don't know.
We don't know.
Problem. That is a problem.
It's an issue.
Also, I mean, I don't know if you saw the video of it, but like
It was crazy.
it was the it could I couldn't even do it as well. The timing and honestly, pretty good salute. He did pretty good.
And you're German.
I'm German, and you nailed it.
Yeah, that was because what my mind immediately went to when I saw the photo, I was like, oh, come on, just like a poorly timed photo. And then I watched the video and I was like,
No. The video is what did it for me too, because I totally get it. Like the photo, like I mean, there's plenty. You reach out your arms sometimes, but the speed that he hit like
yeah,
the way he
I won't
moved.
say it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was censored in a lot of other countries. They wouldn't play it.
I mean, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So
Problem.
anyway,
Like
we'll do a deep dive when you come back.
I'm obviously pro white men. We're going to talk about this for a second. And clearly, I'm getting married to one. You were married to one. We love them. We love them dearly. And they were in power for a very, very long time. And only recently did they briefly come out of power. And then they were like, all right, we're going to convince half the country. And whether we like it or not, they're back in power. Did they really have to immediately start throwing the Nazi salute? I'm like, man, make it fucking easier to be like kind of like supporting you because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's difficult to stay
Don't
on
make it.
your side when you're hitting that in week one. What the
Yeah,
hell is coming in what the first month? It's insane.
insane.
They need to calm down over there. Because honestly, I don't want to hear 4 years of jokes about this shit.
Oh, I know, truly. I mean, that's like my number one voting issue is how annoying people are going to be on stage and on social media. And
And
very,
extremely. This is honestly, this is probably number one.
yeah, no, this is the worst thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other stuff he's fighting with the Colombian, I don't even know what their president, what prime minister, like I don't that's the guy in charge of Colombia. It's a mess. We'll do a more educated briefing on this when I get back. And
yeah, that's an in-person.
that is definitely an in-person conversation, but that's just a little like preview for it. Let me tell you this story, or do you want to do yours first, or should I just go ahead and start with these hospital stories?
Oh, do yours, yeah.
I'll do one or two, and then we can do yours, and then we can come back to this if we want, because I got a bunch.
Okay.
Well, we'll start with a short one. This is a Reddit thread that people were posting all the stuff, the drama scandals that occurred at their hospitals. And someone said a patient was caught having sex in the chapel, like the little like prayer area, not knowing that there are cameras that record and air that chapel on all of the patient TVs in the hospital.
My God.
An unwitting porn star. Congratulations, you're a hyper local porn star.
Was it a all religion church?
I think it was just like the general, like you know how at the airport they're like, here's a fucking chapel.
Do what you do.
It's up to you, man. I don't, there's only so much we can do here.
What hospital was this at?
It did say it's on Reddit, so like
Oh, okay.
I don't want to.
That's insane.
How funny is that? That one cracked me up.
Really funny. Also, I gave birth at Mount Sinai West, which is I guess like it used to be a Jewish hospital. Now it's just like a hospital. There was a lot of Orthodox Jewish couples there, and it was just a funny scene.
Yeah, you guys wandering around with your
Like wandering around, everyone else is wearing a wig. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But
you have a hairnet for that wig? Like what's going on?
yeah.
This one, so this one's dark. A woman who had worked on the unit across from mine showed up to her night shift in work boots. People took note of that as it was different from the shoes she usually wears. Turns out, before her shift, she killed her husband and disposed of his body, I guess in the work boots, then clocked in for her shift as if nothing had happened.
Oh my God. Wow.
Or-
You know, I mean, I watch more true crime than anybody else. That's like the whitest thing about me, but there's
Like, I know.
there's so many fucking nurses that kill their husbands because they have all this access to drugs.
Dude, I definitely reading through this Reddit thread, I only picked a handful and there were plenty of murderers. It was
Yeah.
like they were like, what are some like fun scandals, drama? And they were like, killed someone, killed someone, killed someone, fucked their wife, killed someone. Like
Oh yeah.
the whole thread. I was like, what if someone just like, I don't know, had a period stain walking through the break room or something crazy.
That's only would happen to us.
No, I know, yeah. That's like in tech, it's like, oh, like your wife walked behind you in a Zoom naked. Whoa, which has
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
and is very embarrassing.
Or if you're Deuce, what's his name? Tubin or
Oh,
something?
Tubin who's jerking off on
Yeah,
Zoom. Basically, you're pretty much in the clear unless you're on Zoom. When you're on
yeah.
Zoom, you got to lock in. You got to not have everyone clothes on. Penises away.
I remember during COVID, like when me and Mark would have sex, I would like make sure I wasn't on Zoom, but then I would close my laptop. I would like unplug it from the wall. I would like turn it
Yeah.
off.
Little like covers on the whole thing. I'd be on Zoom. I'd be on a team call. I'm just kidding. Just mute video off. Just like you can't. I'm multitasking.
Mm.
Okay, so the next one, someone tipped off the local news about the 100 bodies in the two freezer trucks out back a few months ago, which is
Ew.
not that part's normal, like it is gross, but it's normal.
Oh,
Like so they were unclaimed remains. The public held a funeral for the 20 years worth of unclaimed bodies, which was
that's so
genuinely really sweet and touching, but really pissed off management. So
what?
everyone found out that there was trucks of just bodies behind the hospital that they've been walking their dog past every day.
Oh my
Had
God.
I know, isn't that gross? Had this big ass funeral. And then this person came back 100 days later with an update. Because of the public outcry, I guess it made it on the news and stuff. The government passed legislation which gave them the power to cremate the bodies because they were not claimed. So
Oh,
now they're down to one truck instead of two. Shout out
well,
to body whistleblower.
I could see some like Republicans or like, just whatever, tax paying people
Yeah.
being like, we're freezing these fucking people for what? We gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much
Oh,
money?
not on my dime. Burn them. Burn the bodies.
We haven't gotten the hospital bill, by the way. It's going to be a gajillion dollars, I'm sure.
$1 billion. Yeah, get ready for that.
There was speaking of, is that somebody told me they were like there was some guy, like some man on the street guy that went around places in Europe and they were like, how much do you think it costs to have a baby in the States? And they were like, it costs money to have a baby? They were like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, if you had to guess, how much do you think it would cost? And they're like, $200. I'm like, that's how
No, they
fucked
must
up
have.
here.
Yeah, it's insane.
Insane.
It's insane. That's why we got a little Luigi over here.
Mhm.
Not condoning that, Mark Zuckerberg slash all those people who are watching us. Don't come for me. Okay, so this one, oh, this one's a little dark. Okay, well, I'll do it anyway. It's fine.
Okay.
Head trauma surgeon was sexually assaulting young men for years, and admin knew and did nothing. He finally got fired because he had CP on his work computer. The next head trauma surgeon got caught getting a BJ in the hospital chapel, which is apparently like the short-term motel. If you're at the
You would
hospital.
think that they would know that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he didn't get fired for that. He later got fired for insurance fraud. He was removing spleens for no reason and was billing for it.
Oh my God.
Same person
That's
had
always how it goes. Like my pediatrician that famously was a pedophile, he
yes.
also went to jail for tax evasion. That's what
Tax-
they really care about is the fucking tax evasion.
The IRS is the only government group working. I
Yeah.
swear to God. And they do their jobs damn well. If you cheat
So
on your
well.
taxes, they will find you.
Yeah, I
They
mean, honestly, it's way too well.
they
You're
will.
asking me.
So the same person continues the update. Two nurses went into a patient's room for a bedside shift, and the CNA, I'm not sure what that is, for the one-on-one was caught having sex with the patient who was a ward of the state, so they legally couldn't consent. I think that means that they're just mentally incapacitated or something,
Oh,
not a child, but like nonetheless.
yikes.
And this person has one more. So some weird love triangle was going on with a nurse and a couple of the CNAs. I don't know what that stands for. And the details are a bit hazy, but someone showed up in someone's house unannounced, and the police had to intervene. There was a meth pipe found in the ICU's staff bathroom, and everyone got drug tested, and two RNs were positive for meth.
Whoa. That's insane. Can you imagine your fucking nurses on meth? I would be like, dude, can you like,
There's so many do prescription drugs. They're
yeah,
all don't do meth.
I know, right?
Do prescript. You have all the drugs right here.
Yeah. They sent me home, by the way, with a shitload of Dilaudid, which is like wicked fucking hardcore.
Well,
Um,
they did cut you open, so there are periods of time where you should probably use those.
that's true. But I mean, I think I've passed those periods of time, thankfully.
That's
But
good.
it's still like, god damn, you're just like sending people home with this fucking crazy ass like it's like more potent than OxyContin, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like really hardcore. And it's funny, like I was in such a great mood when I was on it, obviously, and I was like, I am so
No,
happy.
you were texting and you were like, "I love the hospital." I was like, "Uh-huh."
I
Like,
think I think it was the Dilaudid talking.
we're so happy, we're so peaceful here. And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah, it's
Or it was. I promise you it was.
no, I swear to God, the hospital was incredible. We had a great
Sure.
time. I was
I
just
want you to go back there sober now and just be like, "Oh."
yeah.
That's funny.
I gotta say, 10 out of 10 experience giving birth in January. If anybody can pull that off,
That does
great.
seem to be the move because, like, what the fuck else is there to do? You
No,
about to have
totally.
a baby.
Just sitting, like my whole world is my living room, and it's been fine.
Well, I mean, not right now, but generally when I'm home.
Yeah, I'm
It's
like, we
cold here. It's bullshit. I woke up this morning, it was like 30 degrees outside. It was like,
what?
I know. The whole country's freezing. I'm pissed off.
Oh, horrible.
I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's what I got on my side. Did I have any others? I talked about the lady. Oh, CNA kidnapped somebody at gunpoint with a friend, held
I
her
think
hostage.
CNA, by the way, I would guess it's certified nursing assistant.
That makes sense. Let's
Yeah,
go with
okay.
it.
Let's go with that.
She kidnapped somebody at gunpoint with a friend, held her hostage for a few days, and then went to clinicals and work while her friend, who was taking had the other person hostage, stayed behind at home. And apparently they were injecting her with an unknown substance.
What?
And this lady managed to escape, and then the nursing assistant got fired. But she was just, this is corporate.
Fired? No, you need to go to
And
jail.
I think arrested, probably. Yeah, immediately.
Okay, okay.
So this is how hard capitalism goes, that you can be in the middle of having someone hostage and it's still like show up for your shift. Like show up. That if there's ever a reason to take PTO is if you're committing a hostage crime.
If you are hiding somebody in the back of a fucking storage unit, then yeah, just take a sick day.
Just take a sick day. Maybe just say, yeah, I have a close friend who got sick. You know,
Yeah,
I have to take leave. Sorry.
sorry.
Not this girl. She couldn't be taken away from the job. Anyway.
That is so fucking insane.
It was a funny thread. I highly recommend.
Dude,
Review.
honestly, like the personalities of nurses are so intense. Like nurses and policemen love each other.
I get
Nurses,
it.
teachers, same personality. It's just like there's some personality type that's what.
It's the real rubber meets the road person, where it's like, all right, cut the bullshit. Like, how is the world actually working? And the
Yeah,
reality is, this is my third person with like a shower head up their asshole. So we're not going to be polite anymore. We're getting the shower head out, you know?
yeah, yeah. There was actually, I was reflecting on my wonderful hospital experience, and there was like one time, so like the day after the birth or whatever, I like woke up to some nurse that was like, we have to take your catheter out, all this stuff. So then I'm just like laid up. They're like, take my catheter out. We walked to the bathroom together, and she's just like squirting my vagina with like, I'm like sitting on the toilet, and she just like changing my underwear and squirting my squirting my vagina, and I'm so fucking out of it that like I barely had any recollection of this. And then like days later, I was like, remember when that woman came in and just like squirted my vagina? And Mark was like,
He doesn't
no,
work here.
she doesn't work here.
We don't
That's
know who that is.
somebody from the crazy floor, like 2 floors down or whatever, from Bellevue that came
They
over.
like to volunteer.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
Oh, I can't wait. That's the hospital. I don't know. I'm not sure you've sold C-section to me. It still sounds scary as shit.
it was scary as fuck, but I promise you, I don't know. I've been talking to people that did it the other way. That's scary as fuck too.
Well, maybe I'll skip the whole thing. We'll see.
Yeah,
Up at a time.
it is truly dreadful giving birth, no matter which way you slice it. But having a
I
baby,
mean, I have to deal with the fact that my IUD got recalled. We talked about this in the pod yet?
no.
Or not
It got
recalled, but like there's like this big class action lawsuit against the one that I have, and I'm like, ooh,
really.
yeah.
Are you
Apparently it
taking
breaks.
names or no? What's the type that you?
Paragard, I guess. So, I don't know. Like you can look it up. There's only like four. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's the one with the class action lawsuit. And apparently the arms just kind of like break off.
So are you gonna get yours out, or what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'm not gonna do anything until like the middle of the year. I'm gonna get through my wedding because like at this
Yeah,
point, how much worse can it really get?
yeah, no,
It's been years that it's been
yeah,
in there. But I probably should figure something out with that.
yeah, probably. Just like
But
a new.
what if I get like a big check because the arm breaks off? That'd be sick.
That would be sick. Well, let's hope for that.
Yeah. Though I don't know how it means for like having a baby. So like anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Something to consider.
I mean, you only have a few more months to go because you're getting married. Are you sharing when you're getting married on this pod?
Oh yeah. In May. You're not invited. Our list is full. I mean, podcast listeners, you're not invited. May is obviously
I was
invited.
like, I'm going. What are you talking about?
I don't know. If you're listening to this podcast, unless you're a friend of mine, if you haven't got an invite, you're not. Well, we'll see. I guess it depends on how many people decline. All right, maybe you're invited. All right, fine. I full. Everyone come. It's in May in Austin. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be fun. And then we have the bachelorette parties in Tulum.
Yes, that is what I'm looking forward to.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a good time.
My first time away from the baby, I think, from
Yeah.
for like a weekend
Here's the
anyway.
thing. You say that, I bet you'll be gone before then. I bet you're gonna be like, I have a gig. I gotta go. Bye, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Because
We'll see. But it's like 4 months away. Like it's got a while.
yeah, it's quite a while. I know. I mean, I guess I could go somewhere with the baby, but I don't know I don't know about ditching him.
Sure. Listen, fair enough. You the mom. What do you got on your side? What are your stories?
Oh, so okay, so I have this story. So did you ever see the documentary The 7-5?
No.
Oh my God. So it is about corruption in the police academy, or just like in the police precinct, the 7-5 in Brooklyn in the late 80s, early 90s. And so something crazy happened on Long Island, and I think it was like earlier on in this month, where the son of one of the guys that was involved in a cocaine ring back in the 90s for this like corruption that was going on in Brooklyn, his son has gotten caught faking his own shooting to be like to get sympathy from this love interest that he had. So he was also a police
He
officer,
shot himself?
and he shot himself in the knee, saying that he got like,
Wow. Terrible
yeah,
place to shoot yourself too. That's a
I
complicated
know.
in your body. Shoot the thigh, you idiot.
Yeah, right. But yeah, he shot himself at an intersection in Long Island, trying to be like, trying to like get the attention of this girl that didn't fucking like him. And it turns out they proved it. that he was just like lying about this whole thing. But in the meantime, he like sent the Nassau County police officers on this like crazy manhunt looking for this fake person that he just made up.
Oh God.
And he like staged the whole thing. He like left bullet cases at the intersection, but then he like drove home at one point and then came back to shoot himself in the leg. It was like the weirdest.
Oh, I guess I'm
But
like, why didn't he plan it better? But like, this is a man who planned to shoot himself to impress a woman
no,
versus
he's
like listening to her.
yeah. Well, that could be something.
Like,
But that's
I'm not gonna do that. That is too hard. I would literally rather shoot myself in the knee.
now that makes more sense. That it's insane. But what was I gonna say? Then there's like another twist in it is that the gun that they used was licensed to his father, who is a felon because his father was involved in the cocaine ring in the 90s and was like obviously fired and
Right. Okay, so he was not allowed to have a gun because he was a
not
felon.
allowed to have a gun. So now that's like a separate charge. And the dad's probably like, dude, if you're gonna do crime,
It's your
do it
uncle.
well for two, like you're a fucking idiot. Oh my
But
God.
like, what was the? She's not gonna be impressed because you shot yourself in the knee. In
No,
fact,
I mean,
I
well,
would consider that a red flag. I would
of
say
course I would think it's a red flag, but I
that is
think
a
that he
substantial
thought
additional
that he
reason.
was gonna be like, oh my God, you poor baby, you got shot in the line of fire. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, men will do anything except for go to therapy.
Except for go to therapy, except for, yeah, let's listen to the person. You don't even need to like be good looking.
No, you really don't. Actually, like truly looks are the last thing that women care about in most cases. Like if you have confidence and you're nice,
So
that's
this is where my TikTok algorithm is right now. Also, welcome back TikTok. I'm not sure if
oh my God,
uh,
yes.
welcome back TikTok. It's a little weird now, but it is what it is. Um, I've been just watching like wholesome boyfriend reaction videos.
Oh,
It's pretty great.
I've
But
not been getting
like
that on my feed at all.
it'll be like this girl comes home from work early and the guy runs out and he's like, "You're not going to work today." And like takes her bags and stuff and it's like, "Hell yeah." Like
Oh, really?
yeah, just like hyped to spend the day with her. And I'm like, it's probably a skit. I'm sure it's a skit, but I'm over here just like, yeah. How cute are they? Like they're gonna have the best day ever.
Come on, Matthew.
Not Matthew. No, Matthew does a good job. He's like a child, but
Yeah.
also not Matthew. But also, what does that mean for my psyche that TikTok is like, she needs this content. She's gonna like this. I think he's
Yeah.
been on the road too much.
Yeah. He's been on
Like,
the road a
what?
lot. But it kind of
No,
works out because you're not home anyway right now.
right now it works out, but in general, goddamn.
No, I am like right now it's been so nice having this little bubble where it's just me, Mark, and the baby. But then I was thinking about if he goes touring again. I'm like, oh,
Well,
so
I'm sure he'll modify the schedule, you know.
yeah, I know. I mean, like we got to keep the lights on in this fucking house.
Yeah,
So like,
that's true. But you'll figure it out.
yeah,
Dude, just plan it a little bit better.
yeah, totally. Um, but yeah, cops are fucking wild, dude. It is
Yeah,
crazy.
they sure
I feel like Long Island cops are weird
the
and
stereotypical cop. I feel like
stereotypical cop that's like
the default.
got was just like dumb and is like on a power trip and they just had like
Uh,
really bad grades in high school.
you're so gonna get pulled over in Long Island now.
I know. Well, I don't drive. So
Yeah. I don't know if people know this. May does not have a license.
I do not have a
Do
I
you
feel
know how to drive?
I know how to drive. I just don't have a license. I would be fine driving. Maybe not now. I mean, I'd probably have to do like a few laps in like a parking lot somewhere.
Get back on
Take
it.
the bad boy on the highway. But that's the other thing. Like my friends are like, well, you're gonna need to drive with the baby, and I was like, what? First of all, why? Where am I going with this fucking baby? Secondly, I was like, that is the worst person in the world who should be driving with a baby. Someone who hasn't driven in 12 years. And I'm like, yeah, the first time I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna strap this fucker in a car seat and
Yeah.
drive
I
to
have him screaming at me the whole time. The most stressful
yeah.
situation.
Like, no, I'm not. I will take the train. I will take the Amtrak, or we will be on
Yeah.
trails
They
and
want
not
to go to Boston. That's not. Yeah, take the Amtrak. Fly.
fly.
Whatever.
Where
Get
am
it.
I going that requires me to drive? Riddle me that.
No,
No.
no. But the only place is really like shows. And like, maybe the baby just doesn't need to come to the shows
No.
eventually. Doesn't need to come.
Mm-mm. I would like to do one set with the baby and the baby Bjorn.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
That would be
It
fun. If
doesn't
there's
need to
like
be,
a
it
5
doesn't
p.m.
need to be in like the middle of Connecticut.
Yeah. I might be like hitting up places that I know have 5 p.m. shows and start out. That's like my like reintroduction back into stand up. Somebody asked me, they were like, "Are you gonna do like a full like a proper maternity leave?" And I was like, "I'm probably gonna do like for my day job, definitely. I'm
Oh
taking a for maternity leave, but for stand up, I feel like I mean it's literally been 10 days, and I'm like, I feel like I'm ready to do sets again. Like I don't know,
don't
as
blame
long
you. Like, there's so low impact in the city where I mean it's just like you just leave for like an hour and you're back and you're like, okay.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm just gonna put in my avails for places that are close to my house and then just like pop out, pop back.
Fine.
Is it really that big of a deal? Like not really. And I get like and for a little while I get carte blanche on when I go in the lineup. I'm gonna be like, listen, babe, I gotta go home and like fucking whip my tit out and be
Yeah,
a
exactly.
restaurant
I'm
child.
busy.
Yeah, like I am the restaurant.
Yeah. Do you want my baby to be hungry? Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying? You want my baby to starve to death?
Oh, do you have a spot? My baby's starving.
Yeah.
I need to go next.
When it's been so fucking horrific. Um, just making sure my baby is alive. Hold on, his neck is kind of crinked. One second.
Oh no.
Um, so in the hospital, they like want you to start breastfeeding so that you can, if you choose to do that, so that like your milk comes in.
Yeah.
And apparently there was like these places that have been sued. It's just like so fucking horrific because they like really don't want you to supplement with formula because it like fucks up your supply or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Woman was just like not producing milk and the baby was screaming and whatever. The baby was literally starving. And the nurses were like, just like, hold on, don't worry, your milk will come in, whatever. Long story short, she was in the hospital for 3 days. The baby fucking died from starvation.
Hospital?
I think it was at like, so it wasn't at like a Mount Sinai or a place that's sane. It was at like a fucking birthing center bullshit.
I mean,
Like,
they better have been.
so all the midwives from that are like, I'm like, what do you even do? Like, are they going to jail for murder? Like, you know what I mean? Like they've starved.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah, like they should. It's like, guys, I know that this mom wanted to breastfeed, but like she'd rather have an alive baby. Like,
People forget that like if you go all natural, people like that's when you go all natural, death is a frequent occurrence.
yeah.
It's a
It's like
very serious situation where mothers and the babies die a lot. Like a
oh,
lot. Back in the day, that was just what happened.
I know. His neck is crinked again. He's testing me.
Well, listen, do you have any other topics to cover, or should we wrap and let you go uncrink his neck?
I think I gotta wrap and uncrinkle his neck. But but next week when you come back, I really want to deep dive into the happenings of the world.
My God, the happenings of the world. This is our little hospital bubble of an episode where we just
Yeah,
talk about hospitals, people fucking at hospitals and like killing their husbands and stuff. So I
yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed. You know the drill. Follow us everywhere, specifically on YouTube. We do appreciate when you do that. And like and subscribe. And then also come see my taping this
Yeah.
Saturday, 9:15 in Meatpacking with Don't Tell Comedy. I would love to see friendly faces laughing at me. That would be wonderful.
Yes, you have to be audibly laughing, even though like
Even
even
if
if
you're
you
like, I'm quiet, I'm an introvert, I don't care.
don't care. Ham it up.
Ham it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's me. Laura has a perfect outfit picked out. We're very excited about it.
I think it'll look nice.
Yeah. Please watch my special. It is right now. It is for a charge of $4.99 if you can swing it
Wow.
on
Low price. What a
on,
steal for the value.
on
Oh,
on YouTube. If you can't swing it, it will be free in like a few months. But if you want to get, you want to get your hands on it right now, it's available. Follow me at May_Planert. and I won't be touring for a while, but eventually I will. And follow us at Risky Business News. And I think that's it. Zoom is weird. I am really looking forward to being back in person.
No, I
This
know.
was,
I'm glad this isn't the norm, but this worked. But I'm glad
no,
this is.
no. This is I feel isolated.
Yeah. We don't have it's just the delay. Anyway, we love you guys. We will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.